It's just me. Oh well. I think Jasmine is running a little behind. We're just gonna sit here and groove out. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. It's a little hip hop genre. Everybody, come on in, tell a friend, yes. Right now it is just myself, Ms. JewCee. Siren is on hiatus. She'll be back soon, we do hope. We wish her all the best right now. She's just taking a little break, so and I'm waiting on Miss Jasmine, Miss Regine, to join me. Hopefully she'll be on here. Might be just running a few minutes behind, so yes, come on in, tell a friend, join us, say hello. We're just gonna give a couple more minutes, okay? Give her a couple more minutes to get herself in here. Meanwhile, we're just gonna chill out with this hip hop genre. It's kind of cool. This one is kind of cool. I'm digging this one. I am digging this one. Send her a quick text, see where she's at. Kind of neat. I like this one. I could really bop to it. Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Passion. Yay. Hi, guys. So far, it's just me. I'm not prepared, but I can be. Don't worry. I can be. And give Jasmine just a couple more seconds, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Because this is her topic, but, you know, I got backup. I'm good. I can do it. Whoo! I can do it. I got my little sippy poo. Tonight it is just water. Just water. I have to drive a little bit tonight. I have a private ride to pick up from the airport. So yeah, I gotta keep it sober. Oh, yeah. How's everyone doing? I hope everybody's having a great Monday. It was absolutely gorgeous, Robert, here in Cleveland today. Sun was shining. We had a little bit of a breeze, but we were in the 80s. See, you leave and the weather gets great. We had 2 days of sunshine. Surprising. We have to take it where we can. I hope you got your refrigerator fixed too, Robert, considering it's too warm. We got a great topic tonight. I'm just waiting on my co-host to join me, but if she does not, I will try to handle. I will try to handle this, I guess, by myself. It's been a while. It has been a while since I've been on here by myself. He said, "But your doesn't work. That doesn't work." Yes, Robert. We had heat. It was warm. I'm already. I don't know, but you guys can see it. I'm trying to hide it as best I can, but I'm already. I'm. I was when I was a kid. I was allergic to the sun, and as I've gotten older, it's come back. So you can see where my neck is kind of burnt up from. And I wear like 100. Now I have to wear like 100 sunscreen to keep me from burning all across in my arm when I'm driving. It's crazy. That sun has definitely changed, folks. It definitely has changed. Get yourself some sunblock. Get it, get it, get it. Even if you are a person of color, if you are melanated, get yourself some sunscreen or some. I'm using 100 proof. If I can lather up in it, I'm trying to. Yes, yes. Come on in, tell a friend. Just trying to wait on Purple Rain to join us. We'll give her about 2 more minutes and we'll just go ahead and get started. I can wing it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I'm going to have to, huh? Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. Well, unfortunately, the Cavaliers did not pull it out, so I am a little down. We are now down 2 games. So series is 3-1, and they are headed back to Boston. But you know, all is not lost. All is not lost. They could pull it out. They could pull it out. They've done it before. So we're just gonna send them positive prayers and see how that goes. Get it together, guys. Get it together. You're not ready for your season to be over yet, so you got to go to Boston and do the damn thing. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. I am not sure where my co-host is right now. I am not hearing back from her, so I guess I'm on my own tonight until she pops on here. I will do the best I can with her topic. I just want everybody to know it's not mine, it's hers. So, but I can do it. I can do it. And it's so crazy because I actually was talking to someone about this exact topic a few days ago in my car. So it actually works out just fine because this is a good topic and I know a little bit about it. I'm sure she would have had much more insight than I will. So hopefully she will jump on when she gets an opportunity. And we could just kind of go from there. She told me that she had a migraine this morning. Oh, well, she didn't mention that to me. So we hope she's feeling well. I have texted her, so we'll just see if she gets on, or she might have taken something and be passed out. That might be it, but I can do this. Ooh, everybody just bear with me, okay? Bear with me. But I can do this. That's what I'm trying to tell myself. I'm trying to convince myself. How about that? How about that? So tonight's topic is about gender roles, okay? Not to be confused with gender identity, but gender roles. And I look at it from, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I am saved by the bell. You don't want to talk about cutting it close, this girl. Woo! I thought I was going to talk about this by myself.
No, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was in the middle of working. Hold on 2 seconds.
Ooh, whoop. Now she froze up. But she'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. At least I know she's in the vicinity. There we go. There we go. Hopefully she'll unfreeze shortly. But I did want to read just a little bit before she comes back, and maybe I can cover this little piece of it, just kind of getting us started on the topic.
Beautiful.
Wait a minute. Oh, what? Wait, I think we have her. Do we have
I'm
her?
back.
There she is.
I had to go make sure it was live. You know how my page do, it'd be private.
Okay. So we've got the passion poet on here all the way from Barbados. Yes, Mr. Robert Gibson is joining us. And we also have Sir Lorenzo in the house. As always, we love these gentlemen for joining us tonight.
Are they on here live with us tonight?
Yes, they are. They're on they're in the comments.
Okay.
In the comments section.
Hi everybody. Sorry I'm late. I'm the hardest working woman in Indianapolis. Always working.
I want to be like her when I grow up.
I get it from you.
So I wanted to before we get started into the topic, I did tell everyone we're going to be talking about gender roles. And yes. But before we get into that, I also wanted to let everyone. So Robert says, "Glad you're good, hun." He had said that you might have had you had a migraine early this morning. You didn't tell me that. So
I woke up with a migraine this morning. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we're happy you're feeling better and are going to be joining us. So, yeah. And your client head is in our video, and she's doing her damn thing right there, making her look beautiful.
All the time.
So we have this gender role is our topic, but I also wanted to once again thank everyone that came out for the Ebony Erotic experience a few weeks ago. We can't tell you how, as a group, how exciting it was to have people in the house, to get back into the swing of doing vendor and hey, House of Ra is in the house. Hello, grand rising to you as well. Master Ra is joining us this evening as well. So we had a wonderful time here in Cleveland, and we want you guys to join us again in November. We're going to be doing this again, November 1st and 2nd here in Cleveland. And it is the Day of the Dead. That's the weekend. The Day of the Dead is actually the date that our event falls on, the Day of the Dead. Go look it up. It's a lot of fun. But it's going to be about the resurrection of your erotic rebirth. Okay. So we want you guys, we're going to be like releasing tickets soon. You'll be able to get your tickets. We'll be, of course, adding on who will be in attendance as our special guests. And we just plan on having a good time as always. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about it every week. We're going to talk about it every week, get you excited. And we want you guys to start thinking about things that you can do to get back to your erotic self. You know, we all work a lot. We all, maybe we go to school, maybe we're in relationships that aren't going anywhere, or maybe relationships that need to be rejuvenated. This is going to be a great event for you to attend, to find out some new things, some new ways to do things, maybe to experience something that you haven't tried before. We're going to get you to step out of your comfort zone and join us for a weekend of just simply erotic ecstasy. So make sure when we get the tickets ready to go and drop, you guys are ready to be in the house for this erotic event. Okay, you already know the dates. Save the dates. November 1st and 2nd. It will be the Ebony Erotic Experience, the Day of the Dead. Your Erotic Rebirth is the name of the event. And I know that is a mouthful, but boy, when we get done, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have a real good time. So make sure you're in the house. Okay, so let's get into this topic. Are we able to do that, Mistress?
Yes, yes.
We are.
Okay, so I looked up a little bit of a definition of for role, gender roles, and I wanted just to read that really quick. So,
Okay.
gender role, a culturally and socially determined set of expected behaviors, attitudes, and characteristics based on concepts of masculinity and femininity, excuse me. A gender role should not be confused with gender identity, which refers
Mm-hmm.
to an individual's internal sense of being masculine, feminine, on a spectrum between the two, a gender unrelated to that binary, or no gender at all. So I wanted to make sure that we started this out with people understanding that your gender role has really honestly the thought process doesn't have anything to do with your actual gender or how you identify gender wise. Gender role was coined by New Zealand American sexologist John Money, first appearing in print in 1955. Money defined it as all those things that a person says or does to disclose himself or herself as having the status of boy or man, girl or woman. Although the term wasn't defined until 1955, men and women have had gendered roles throughout the history in most societies. For
Yes.
example, for example, beginning in the early 19th century, many European societies subscribed to the Victorian gender ideology of separate spheres, which stated that men and women were meant for different roles in society.
I agree with that definition wholeheartedly.
Um, there's a little more here. Let me just finish this really quick here. Let me read this little part too. I think this is very important as well. Gender roles fall into multiple categories. Some gender stereotypes, that's a big word, folks. Stereotypes describe how adult men and women are expected to function inside a family. Boy, and that was a mouthful. I want to read that one again. Gender roles fall into multiple categories. Some gender stereotypes describe how adult men and women are expected, okay, expected to function inside a family. In the 20th century Western culture, in a two-parent household with children, the husband was typically the breadwinner and the wife managed the household. However, such dynamics shifted drastically in the latter half of the 20th century and onward. Traditionally, masculine occupations include those in engineering and medicine, as well as jobs requiring high levels of technical skill or physical strength. Traditionally, feminine occupations include teaching and secretarial work, as well as caregiving professions like nannying and nursing. Today, such stereotypes are being challenged greatly, with women advancing in almost one-third of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics careers. Additionally, one-fourth of teacher positions are now held by men. Gender roles include expectations around physical appearance, with American men typically having shorter hairstyles and wearing pants, and women often having longer hairstyles and wearing dresses or skirts in certain social situations.
Hmm.
That was a lot.
Hey, gender roles is a big thing. That's why I wanted to talk about it.
I'm ready. I'm here for it.
I'm here for it too. So, with all of those definitions that you just gave, when it comes to gender roles in today's society, people still have them misconstrued because what brought this topic up for me, there is a video that went viral. There is a us couple having an argument. He's mad because she hasn't cooked in days. And he's talking about he's starving because the only thing that was in the house that he's had was ramen noodles. Now, mind you, she shows the refrigerator full of food. The reason why she hasn't cooked is because she's the only one footing the bills. She said her rent alone was $3,200 a month. All he contributes to the household bills is $300 a month. And if I'm at work all day, what are you doing? And all he can say is, but you a woman, and what you won't do, another woman will. Well, bye.
Toodles.
But she said, I'm footing all the bills. I'm the one providing. You're here all day and you still expect me to cook. The rent alone, I didn't say her bills totaled. Her rent alone was $3,250. He only contributes $300 to the bills. And he literally thought that he was right to bitch and complain that she did not cook. Because she is a woman. And that is what she's supposed to do for her man, is cook his food.
He may want to rethink that. He may want to.
For me,
I would be spitting in it a lot. And arsenic. Okay, go ahead.
And for me, that triggered something, because if she's out working all day and you're at home, why is it about gender roles? Why is it not about, okay, my woman is the one providing. She has the better job. I don't have to work. She provides all the money. Then I'm going to help out around the house. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. Why is it that certain people, because it's not just a race thing, because a lot of people was on her video arguing that only Black men and women have this argument. No, I work at a commercial haircutting place 90% of the time. And the conversations I have with my clients, it's not just a Black man and a Black woman thing. These are the same issues going on with people in general. Even down to the whole passport bros and all of that. Those are non-racial issues that everybody is having with American women and what we do. It's an American society issue. And it just was one of those questions that I was like, why is it that in today's society, where women in some cases are the breadwinner or working the same types of jobs as their male counterparts, that we are still stuck in gender roles? But the men that are hollering these gender roles are not doing their role as a man.
Ooh. I don't think they heard you in the cheap seats.
Because it's not all men hollering that.
No.
I know some men that are providers, and they got some boss chicks on their arm. But when it comes to him leading and providing, she falls back and is a passenger princess. No problem, no questions asked. And she fulfills gender roles in a sense, because there's nothing else for her really to do. She doesn't have to do anything else. She does it because she wants to, not because she has to. But a lot of times when I see these arguments about a woman is too independent and she don't need no man and she don't and she don't cook and she don't clean and she don't this, the men that are upset and are hollering that there are no traditional women are not traditional men.
So here's my take on a lot of this. First of all, I think it's an antiquated thought process, and
I do too. I don't like it. I'm not saying, because I'm a non-traditional person. I want a non-traditional relationship where we both do our fair share.
But in addition to that, I feel a lot of men whether they're black, white, pink, or purple. But I do know a lot of the men in our community, they're raised by women that have taught them how to cook, have taught them how to clean, have taught them how to put their clothes up and do laundry. They've been taught that. They've been taught that as young men for quite some time. Now maybe in this younger generation, it's not being done because the girls don't even know how to cook. We've taken away home ec, so all they know how to do is throw something in the microwave. They don't really know how to cook from scratch. I get very happy and very surprised when I see some young girls on these YouTubes or Tiki Takis or Instagrammers and whatever, TikTokers, and
your niece is one of them.
And I watch them, and they've got some videos, and they know what a cup of sugar is, and they know what a teaspoon of salt is, and they know what a pinch of baking powder means. But there's a lot of these young girls that couldn't even tell you, couldn't measure a cup of milk. They have no idea what a cup of milk is. So for these young gentlemen to think that you're going to have a female that's going to sit down and cook when she's more concerned about spending $500 on her weave and nails and eyelashes, you might as well just let that go, sir. Just let it go, because that's not what these girls are about anymore, unfortunately, in a lot of instances. In other instances, you've got young ladies that are out here getting their master's degrees. You've got young ladies out here running businesses and owning businesses and being CEOs and entrepreneurs. And then you want her to, especially if you're an entrepreneur, a lot of you don't understand how to even step to a woman that is an entrepreneur, because she does not have all this time to cater to you when she's working on her business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Where is your support? I think what we have done in this country is by looking at Leave It to Beaver. June Cleaver was like the, back in the day, they had this idolization of what a woman was supposed to do. And it was all on television. It was broadcast. And so now you're brainwashed. Everybody didn't live in the suburbs. Okay. Everyone.
Psalms is being a stay-at-home mom was not really a thing.
Mm-hmm. And so here you are looking at what's on television, once again, highly weird. And you're taking that as the gospel. And now you've decided that all women should look and cook and clean like June Cleaver. Honey,
we should all be a size 4 in a poodle skirt, cooking and cleaning with an apron on.
And a smile.
At all times.
At all times. And it's
even when our children get a smart ass mouth like Beaver did.
Right. And get in trouble all the time. We should just be like ducks and just let it roll off our backs and just, sleep in twin beds. The only time we need to push the beds together is if I'm ovulating. Okay, that's it. Look, it's an antiquated thought process, and it's a thought process that really has never been very realistic. It has not been, especially, and we've contradicted this so much, because for the longest time, the top chefs, the top cooks were men, and women couldn't.
Restaurant kitchens are full of men. We are not allowed in them restaurant kitchens. Trust me, this is somebody that used to work in one.
Women were not, but you want us to cook at home, but you can't we can't get top chef. We get looked at like we don't know how to cook. We can't scramble an egg. We can't pour a cup of milk. We can't do any of that, but only men can do that. So if you can be top chef, then
only men can be grill masters. Look out of here.
Right. But you want us to cook. Go ahead and cook, sir. Knock yourself out. I can sit my butt down because I already know I can cook. Just go ahead, knock yourself out. I have no problem with it. But
I love a man that can cook. Give me a break.
But okay, so for me, I do love to cook. Okay, and I am the woman that loves to cook for her man. I do love to cook. I don't cook as
But
much as
sometimes I want a break.
I don't cook as much as I used to, but I do love to cook. I'm a little rusty, but uh, cooking is for me it is a joy, and it's a joy for me to watch a man eat what I prepare. I do enjoy that. But if I've worked all day, I went to a 9 to 5 or I did a 12-hour shift, and I come home and you sitting on your ass and you ain't thought about either getting some takeout or starting some dinner too, you gonna hear about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You gonna hear about it.
if I'm woman enough to take out the trash because it's funky and I don't want my kitchen stinking, why can't you be man enough to take something out and cook it? But cooking and cleaning aside, it's even about money. Because, like I said, their original argument was being about the money. Now, he didn't care that he wasn't the provider. He just wanted her to cook. But her argument was, I'm not cooking because I'm providing. At some point, do those gender roles switch if one person is providing financially over the other one?
I think they do, because I think it's only fair.
I agree. I mean, I've never really believed in a stay-at-home dad, but if it's a situation where if we decide that one parent needs to be at home and mom has the better job, I'm with it.
You know, I'll tell you a couple that I like that is now out there, and that's the Browns, Tabitha and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And she retired him. I love this story. I love how he was a police officer. And when she started rolling in enough money, she retired him. He's retired. He can go play golf. He can go do whatever it is he wants to do. And he's good with it. I took care of my wife for the first 20 years. Now she's, taking care of the family or helping with the family or whatever the case may be. But there's no ego. And I think really that's where a lot of this issue comes in with the problem is you have a bunch of men that have an ego that.
But why have the ego?
Because
what about keeping a woman in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant serves your ego?
Because I'm the man, Conan the Barbarian. I can knock you in the head and take you off to the cave. Do with you what I want. Dun, dun, dun,
Did you see me roll my eyes? Did you see me roll my eyes?
Because I'm the man. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. It's just thought processes that are old. Because let me ask the men this: if you didn't have a woman in your life, what would you be doing? How would you eat? Are you gonna go out to eat every night? You got money like that? You're gonna go out, especially now with prices going up on everything?
And single fathers. I mean, some of these men are single fathers. You don't cook when your kid is home? Y'all eat out every weekend?
And that's not healthy, nor is it good for your pockets. You just see my earlier comment. So Robert said, I decided I needed to learn to cook, clean, and do laundry because I thought I'd never get married or have children. Yep, I definitely had that training, and my sons do now too. And it's important that everybody knows how to do things. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you have a great household. You have these gender roles that you've assigned in your household, and everything is going hunky-dory. And then all of a sudden something happens. It's called life.
Somebody dies. Somebody gets paralyzed.
Somebody gets sick. Yeah.
Somebody gets sick.
Even if a woman has a baby, there's 6 weeks, she's pretty much down. If especially if she's had a C-section.
But see, that's the biggest part about gender roles. I think that always irritates me because as a woman, when everybody else in the house gets sick, we are catering to them hand and foot. If they even get a sniffle.
Mm-hmm.
When we get sick, nobody caters to mommy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Mommy's the one to get up with the newborn baby when the baby wakes up hollering. There are a lot of households where I know daddy will sometimes let mommy rest because he understands. But in those households where the men don't think like that, she got to get up and get down with the baby and take it. And like you said, she's in 6 weeks postpartum. Her body is healing. She can't move like she used to for at least 6 weeks.
And here's the other thing that
12 weeks with a C-section.
I think the other thing that a lot of people miss too with these gender roles is that you miss the intimacy. I mean, when you assign something to somebody, I kind of like I always think of All in the Family. Archie Bunker. Edith was always cooking, taking care of the house. Da, 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 da. Archie was doing whatever Archie felt like he was grown enough to go do until he come home from work, and she was supposed to have a hot dinner on the table and the blah blah blah. And this one episode, finally, she exploded at him. She let him have it. She let him know how she felt, and a lot of people take advantage of and belittle the things that women do in order to keep the home running, in order to keep the house clean. It's there's no reward for it. There's no there's no thank you. There's no good job. There's no let me rub your feet. Let me see how tired you are. There's none of that until you reverse the roles, and then the man finds out, oh, this shit ain't that easy after all.
Yep. And my favorite show episode from that was from my growing up, that was kind of like All in the Family, was Family Matters. But it was more so went towards how things are now. Not Hillary. Family Matters. That was Carl Winslow and Harriet. Harriet had a job. Carl was a cop and Harriet had a full-time job. I think she was a manager at a department store. There was an episode where she boycotted and didn't do nothing in that house because everybody took everything she did for granted, like she didn't have a full-time job and nobody ever helped out. And when she boycotted and they saw how hard it was for her to work and come home and do everything that they wanted their mother and their wife to do, including Carl. She boycotted them for like 2 weeks.
I did it. I did it with my first husband one time. He came in, he said I didn't do nothing. Mistake.
That was number one mistake. Don't ever say I don't do nothing.
He said I don't do nothing.
You have made public enemy number one out of me.
Right. So I showed him I do nothing. I didn't do anything for him for a week. And on that Friday,
you cleaned your own stuff though, didn't you?
Right. I picked up all my own stuff, and I did cook, but I didn't fix his plate. I didn't wash his dishes. I didn't do his laundry. If he put the newspaper down, it stayed there. If he put a glass down, it stayed there. If he put, if his dirty underwear was on the floor, it stayed there. I didn't touch nothing that he touched. If he didn't put the cap on the toothpaste, on his toothpaste, I didn't do it. I didn't wash the tub behind him. I didn't do nothing.
He learned real quickly that you did a little bit more than nothing.
Come that Friday, he came in from work. I'll remember it. I was laying on the couch. He came in from work. He got down on one knee and he said to me, I will never say you do nothing again. He knew why I was mad. I didn't have to say a word. I can show you better than I can tell you. So I guess you thought the little cobbler elves were running around in the house picking up shit. No, it was me. I
He
guess she
said, "That's a little cobbler elf."
the little college would do the shoes. They do the shoes and they all done the next day. No, it wasn't no little cobbler elf running around. It was me. You know,
What
when I
show was that?
it was a fairy tale or something. It was a
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
and then that's not what it was called, but it was like a fairy tale. But um then you had the the same thing kind of happened when I was at my job when I wasn't there for almost 7 months after the head-on car collision.
Mm.
Y'all thought what the little Keebler elves came in here and ordered supplies and took care of this and took care of that, and they were like, "D, we missed you so much. We couldn't find this. We didn't know how to do that." And I'm like, "No, no kidding, really."
7 months. It
Yeah,
took them 7 months to figure it out.
no, some of the stuff they never did figure out. They just didn't figure it out. They gave it to another. They tried to give it to another admin, but
And she got lost too.
they didn't know how I did stuff, and stuff got done. I'm like, okay, well, y'all thought little Keebler elves was up in here, didn't you? Hello, I'm the little elf. Hi, you know,
My name's D.
my name's Dee, the Keebler elf. There you go. So, a lot of things people don't realize that you take for granted, and women are guilty of it too. Let me just say that women are guilty of it too. We don't understand. Maybe our man goes out and starts our car and warms it up for us, but or he gets the tires rotated for us. Those things we don't think about.
Puts gas in the tank, and you never have to touch a gas handle.
Right. Although
You
Robert
don't
did.
question. You don't question whether or not the bills is paid. You don't
Mhm.
even look at bills.
So I mean, there's a lot of things that we both can do a lot better. But I think the one thing that we definitely have to do is get away from all of these European colonized, antiquated thought processes that don't really work.
I
Especially
agree.
your relationship is your relationship. That's one thing we do consistently say on this show. We're not trying to make anyone
Change anything about what y'all got going on.
right. Not trying to touch, not trying to knock it or anything like that. We're just trying to have you have a better understanding and improve your relationship.
I
Improve.
can't stand you, Robert.
What did he say?
She
Touching
said,
gas.
touching gas handles. Who does that?
But
In America, we do,
baby, there's a picture.
sir.
Baby, there's a picture of you, so stop it. Um, we have photo evidence of you touching a handle. I taught you how to pump gas while you were in the United States. You might not do it in Barbados, but you did it here. Okay. So, but a lot of people, like I said, the one thing that we have to get away from is gender, I think gender roles, because some women are better mechanics than their counterpart. Some men are better cooks and clean better than their partners.
I know
Um,
tons of men that clean better than me. I get
yeah.
overwhelmed with cleaning. I hate it.
So then there's a lot of people that you get to, I guess the bottom line to me is you get to define your relationship. Do what
Yeah,
is your strengths for your relationship. Don't do what is expected of you from other people, because ain't nobody else in your relationship but the two of you or the three of you or the four of you. But don't maybe
did you
step
say
away.
2, 3, or 4?
Yeah, I did. So step away from traditional sometimes and see if that works better for you and your partner or partners, because you do not have to do the quote unquote norm. Let it go. If it's not working, figure out something else that's going to work for you and yours. Just as simple.
Exactly. I agree with that. I definitely agree.
It doesn't.
I always feel like in a household, in a cohabitated household, each individual does what they're good at.
Mhm.
If he's better at cleaning than me, then I'm gonna help. But you can go ahead and do that. I can't. Wash dishes the way you do. I'm gonna throw them in the dishwasher.
Or you date somebody that's OCD. That I did 18 years. And he could out clean me. And I
Now,
James.
I will say, as much as I don't like quote unquote domestication, I love being in the kitchen. I like cooking. I love cooking. There are times where I'll act like I can't cook and pass over to you or one of my other sisters who are amazing at cooking. But I like to cook, as we found out at EEE. I have things that I love to make. Um, I have things that are a passion for me because I like certain types of food, and there are certain types of food I can't eat. So when it comes to certain things, knowing that I'm going to be able to eat it, I just put a different type of love in it. And I love feeding people that I love. Um, but cleaning is a whole nother beast. I get anxiety when I gotta clean. I need help. I gotta call in the troops and reinforcements because my mind it wanders. I want to sit and look at my phone. I don't want to do it.
And a lot of times, like I said, if you get like with my situation with my
Hi, baby.
previous previous relationship, my previous husband, first husband, what we decided to do after that point, after he got schooled, um, we decided that on Fridays we would straighten up together
Mm-hmm.
before the weekend got there, before we got to ripping and running, and we would go out. So when he got in from work and I got in from school, because I was a full time student and everything, we would clean together. We would straighten up together. I would do the major things, like I would clean, like I want my bathroom a certain way. So I'm going to clean the bathroom on Saturday. I don't need you to do that. I got it. I like my laundry done a certain way. I don't need you to necessarily do the laundry. I can do the laundry, but you can help me put the laundry, keep the laundry in the laundry basket, separate the clothes. There's certain things that we could do, but we found out that it also is a way. Once again, we talked about intimacy. When you clean together and you work together, like even if you're doing dishes together after you've had a great meal together, and
That is so intimate.
you're washing the dishes and you guys are talking and you're chatting and you're not necessarily talking about your the horrible day you had. Maybe you're talking about some fun things, or you're making some plans, maybe to do something the next weekend together or do something else. Or yeah, you could be talking about your day, or you could be talking about friends or family or something along those lines, but you're actually having a chance to be intimate. You're actually having some time without this, getting rid of these,
Mhm.
and you're able to actually have spend some time together, putting up the dishes. Even if you're loading the dishwasher together, maybe it's a big meal or you've had a party or something like that. um and gentlemen, feel free every now and then bust some suds. Don't ask her to do everything. Go ahead and get your ass up, go in the kitchen, put the dishes in a dishwasher, or go ahead and wash the dishes. It's not that difficult. Pour some soap in there, hot water, and go for it. um
Or shit, make the kids do it.
well, if you have kids, if I'm looking at it from a
This
standpoint,
it was a joke. I know it was
I'm
a
looking
joke.
from the standpoint of a couple, um, but from the adult side of the house, just because we have so many.
No, I'm not cutting grass. I get itchy. I'm not even not cutting the grass because I'm a woman. I'm not cutting the grass because I don't like getting itchy and I don't like outdoors like that.
I can cut the grass, and I'm allergic to it, but I can cut the grass. My father taught me how to mow the lawn, so I know how to mow a
I have
lawn.
never I have
I'm
never mowed a lawn a day in my life.
I'm
I pay
allergic.
somebody.
I'm allergic, but if you can handle the wheezing and the puffy eyeballs, I can take my allergy pills and I go out there, and I like mowing the lawn. It's kind of fun. I try to put the lines. I do try to put the lines in the grass. I do that.
I would
Um,
probably cut the grass if I can get a riding lawnmower. But no, I'm not pushing no lawnmower.
they're not that bad. You just don't let the grass get high. That's when you have issues and problems.
My
But
grass grows 5 inches in 1 week.
you so silly, girl. But that means you cut it on Wednesday. Don't wait for it to get when it's at 3 inches. You don't wait till it gets to 5 inches. Duh. It's simple math.
I just pay my friend to do it.
It's simple math. But
It's girl math.
I'm just saying it's simple math. So a lot of people, hey Moses,
Hey Moses.
hey Robert, the other Robert.
He said they're fun. You're right. I've never been on one. We're talking about gender roles, Rob.
We're talking about gender roles. 5 inches too much for you, right?
When it's the grass, yes. Oh my God.
That went sexual, like
Because that's Moses. He's a whole hot ass mess.
Excuse me, Moses. You're basically on in trouble because you didn't come to EEE. So go to the corner. Yeah, I said it. Mm-hmm. Lorenzo, so let me understand this. Purple Rain. You don't know how to cut grass, but you know how to put clothespins on nipples.
Yep, I sure do. Lorenzo, you are absolutely right. I am a girl, and my father unfortunately believed in gender roles. He taught my brother how to cut the grass and not me. Anytime that I wanted to learn how to do something that a boy was supposed to do, I would get in trouble. But I do know how to change my oil and change a tire.
I'm so done. Lorenzo for the win.
But I did teach myself how to change a tire and how to change and check my oil when I became an adult. But I was my daddy's princess. I'm still my daddy's princess. I'm on his AAA. If something happens to my car, I call my daddy.
All I have to say is, Lorenzo, why did you put out her business like that? I'm just the clothespin part. Snip it.
Those were secrets of EEE, sir.
Yeah, they out there now.
What we were saying about the we talked about the financial stresses of a household. And we were talking about that both of those stresses fall on both parties. We feel like there shouldn't be any gender roles. The thing that we were talking about that brought up the conversation, you know what, Rob? I'm going to ignore that second post. What we were talking about was this video I saw this week that went viral. All the dominants are in the room right now. The video that I was referring to when we were talking about gender roles, Rob, was this video where this guy and this girl were getting to an argument about her not cooking for him. But then she brought up the financial of the house, where she paid all the bills and he didn't contribute anything but $300 a month to the house.
I can agree with you, Rob, on there should be roles. And
yes, we're not saying that there shouldn't be roles at all. We're saying that there shouldn't be gender roles.
Gender roles. I mean, and the roles are determined by the people
what y'all feel the household needs.
Whatever the household needs, what's within the household. It shouldn't be
everybody should be able to do it.
And if you can't do something, you shouldn't be berated because you don't know how to do something.
Right.
If your partner knows how to do it, then they do it. They step in, they step up, whatever the case may be. Or the two of you learn together how to do something. Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Teddy.
We've been here. Where you been, sir? Okay. But clothespins. I'm so done. Okay.
Why do you put my business out there like that, though?
That's hilarious as fuck. I'm just like, we had flashbacks. At least he didn't mention who it was. I'm just saying, I was waiting on that part, if like we said earlier, if I'm a female and I know how to I'm a car mechanic. I went to mechanic school and I can fix the car, then I fix the car. If you're a man and you were a chef, you went to the culinary arts, and you're an excellent cook, then you cook. It's just, it doesn't have to be anybody. It shouldn't have to be, well, I'm not going to get with you because you don't know how to do X, Y, and Z, or you're not doing X, Y, and Z, and you're working and you're doing all this other stuff. So it's just it's a very antiquated thought process.
That
It's
is
not old.
definitely right, sir. That is so right. Carl McKenzie said most people don't know how to pick up their partner's slack. They don't understand the concept of being equally yoked.
Exactly.
Amen. That is definitely it. Moses, go in the corner.
He said, I pay for 98%. 98%?
And take care of the girlfriend too.
98%.
Y'all got a girlfriend, Moses?
Why you put his business out there like
He
that?
put it out there. I just asked the question.
Y'all, did you hear that? Did you hear what that? Daggone girl. We're going to get in trouble on this show.
He the one that said it, not me.
Mm.
I tried to figure out if it's his girlfriend or they girlfriend. I'm just asking.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I mean, because he said 98% of the household bills and takes care of the girlfriend too. So is it two separate households or all one household? Inquiring minds want to know.
See, she gonna throw you right on under that bus.
He said us.
He said go to the corner. Oh my God. I'm glad I got rid of my girlfriend.
You know what? Why can't y'all never be serious?
Because they just can't. They can't.
Lorenzo, it's always your fault.
Oh, wow.
Always your fault, Lorenzo.
He was quiet. He was pretty quiet.
For most of it. And then the one time he said something, he started a ruckus.
And then the zinger came. And then the zinger came
It's always got to do with me.
Oh, he said, in terms of gender roles, my older son wants his grandmother, my mom, to teach him to sew because he wants to get into fashion design. He's an artist. But
I like
his mother got offended. So she said he should get a wife and then have her learn to sew. No, he once again, if we had to get into it again about the gender roles, if we get into the garment business is run by what? Men. The garment business is run by men. So
it's crazy though, because I understand where that thought process is coming from, because he is in Barbados, and Barbados is still very gender role specific. A lot of those islands are, this is a masculine role, this is a feminine role, these are masculine jobs, these are feminine jobs. A lot of those islands are like that still.
Well, yeah, they're a little behind the times in their thought processes.
Mm-hmm.
But if he wants to be a fashion designer, or if he wants to get into fashion, he definitely has to know how to sew.
I definitely see no problem with his grandmother teaching him to sew. I think that would be amazing.
It would be. And how to make up. My grandmother, I can't thread a needle, and my grandmother was a seamstress. And she made her own patterns, and if she saw something, she could make it.
Yeah. They don't have home ec anymore. That's what we were talking about, Moses. But they do have a class where they carry around an egg and act like they got a baby for a week.
Right.
Again, teaching our children how to have babies.
Well, that's all of health education. That's exactly what it is. It teaches you how to have a baby. Matter of fact, it's an instructional video on how to get pregnant. Dick insert here. There you go. Well,
exactly.
We haven't taught you how to have a relationship. We haven't taught you how to be intimate. We have taught you nothing except for do, 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 do. There you go. Shoot. And now you have a baby.
Papa Joe said, as a retiree, my wife is the breadwinner whilst I am retired, but I can cook and clean and make my own money. Relationships are built out of necessity and give and take. I agree.
Mm-hmm. And
I remember when home ec was gender based. Do y'all remember when home ec was only for the girls and auto mechanics was for the boys?
yep, yep.
I wanted to
But,
take auto mechanics. I didn't want to take home ec. What, I already know how to
or
do this stuff.
woodwork,
Why am I taking the class?
or woodwork was for the boys. Woodwork.
Yeah. And that's what I had. We had woodwork or home ec. And I was like, I gotta take home ec. Why? I want to take woodwork. Well, you're a woman, you're gonna be a woman and you need I know how to do this stuff already. I do it at home. I know how to sew, I know how to cook, I know how to clean.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
but we had mothers that taught us back then. Mothers and
yeah.
grandmothers. My grandmother, I
Well,
started
my
cooking.
grandmother, because my mama couldn't cook her. I love my mother, but she couldn't cook her way out of a picnic basket.
My grandmother taught me I started cooking at 5. So
Yeah.
um
My grandmother taught me my grandmother and my stepmother. That's why you took home that it was full of girls.
that's why you took it was full of girls. I broke the
Y'all got to
rule.
remember, I'm in Indiana. Indiana didn't let us break those rules. We are in a red state.
But was chasing after the girls. Y'all are so silly. We had boys in our
There
home.
was always one or two boys in our home ec class that
We
when we
had
got
one
into
or
high
two.
school.
We had boys in our home ec. They in junior high.
Yeah.
But everybody wanted to be in my group because I already knew how to cook by the time I got to junior high, which
And
is
so
what
they thought they was gonna get the easy A because you was gonna cook everything.
they did. They did get the easy A. And not only that, but somehow or other, out of every recipe that we did, I could make double. And I did follow the directions, everything. Just learned how to whip stuff a little different. And they were like, "How do you all have? We supposed to make 12 cookies. I got 24, 30 cookies out of it." And they're like, "How did she do that?" So they were all in our.
Really?
They were all in my group.
Carl, what are you talking about? Red yolked red bottoms. What you talking about?
He said,
Explain.
I need to be self sufficient. And I was in the class with the girls who could cook. There you go. Like I said, that everybody wanted to be in my group because I could already
I
cook.
bet.
I,
I bet.
because my mother,
Now, when we
on
did
Saturdays,
sewing, everybody wanted to be in my group for sewing because the first project we did was that cupcake pillow, the little pillow. And my pillow was so extra, like I had extra stuff on my pillow, and they was trying to figure out how I still had 30 minutes left in class to
I
after
sewed.
sewing that pillow.
I made a wrap skirt. That's what I made. That was my first sewing exhibition, whatever. So, well,
But see,
I
in middle school, I was making my own clothes and wearing them to school because I knew how to sew already.
yes, I don't know. Mm-mm. My niece says though. My niece it skips a
I can't
generation.
sew now. It's one of those skills. If you lose it, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I couldn't sew my way out of a paper bag if I wanted to right now. I could
Mm-mm.
stitch some stuff if it's got a hole in it, but
Yeah, but I can put a hem in it. I can whip stitch.
and
I
I can
can.
sew some hair. That's about it.
And on that note, I have a private rider to pick up tonight from the airport. So it is after
Oh,
10:30. It's been fun. It has been fun, everybody. Thank you for chiming in with us about gender roles. Just remember it if you're in a relationship with someone, make it about y'all's relationship. Who cooks, who cleans, who does
um,
this, who does that doesn't really matter. What matters is that the two of you are able to cohabitate and able to have a successful relationship within your confines, not what everybody else
exactly.
because it doesn't
Make
always.
your own rules. Don't base them off of society's gender roles because what's best for you and your partner is what's best for you and your partner.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes, yes, yes. Use use the clothespins to hold the.
Oh my God. Why is he?
So let me
Yes.
see this Purple Rain. You
I
can't
can't use a sewing machine.
but you
No,
can
I can sew. I just can't use a sewing machine anymore. But
you can
yes, sir.
you can
Lorenzo.
you can patch up a hole in the spanking. Oh my God, House of Ra. I represented. I was school homed at class at the 4-H fair 1 years. Okay. Got best dressed in high school wearing the clothes I made. Was always that dude. All right, Robert. You see what
Master Ra is always that dude.
Master Ra. So get your son. There's some money coming. If he can design, you never know. I can cook for everybody.
Master Ra, he made this leather stuffy for his slave. Oh my God. And he sold it. He did it. He did that. I wanted one.
Here in high school. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead. Okay. I see you. I see you. I see you.
See,
All right,
I
so
like people that do not go for gender roles. I love it.
I do too. I do too. I just do y'all. Do you. Just
Exactly.
and if you're along the line, you get to learn something new, go ahead and go for it. Go ahead and go for it. It isn't, I mean, last time I checked, cooking food is not masculine or feminine. It really isn't.
We all got to eat.
Changing a tire, if you're on the side of the road, is not masculine or feminine. It is not. It is not. You just need to get the tire fixed and get rolling. If it's a female truck, a female tow truck driver pulls up, what you gonna do? Tell her don't do it? Shut up. Put the tire on. Go ahead. Just stop.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to come back next Monday night. We will return for another marvelous Monday on JewCee Tales Erotic Chat for myself and Miss Purple Rain and Miss Siren, who is on hiatus. We definitely wish you a great week. And remember to enjoy, enlighten, and embrace eroticism. And we'll be back next Monday night right here, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, 8:30 Central Standard, and 6:30 for our folks that are on the West Coast, and 9:30 for our family in Barbados. Yes, we are internationally known. All right, y'all. Everybody have a great, great week, and we'll see you back here next week for more JewCee Tales.
Bye, everybody.